I'm going to talk about social media monitoring and return on investment. This is more, I work with companies more than individuals, so sorry if this is too corporate. First of all, social media is a conversation. Here you see some people talking. There's somebody on this side who obviously has more people listening than the person on the other side. But does that mean that what they're saying is more interesting? To find out what people are saying about you or your company, your brand, you've got to listen. But these people are listening without really doing anything. They're listening very passively. So listening to social media really has to be more active than this. Social media is like a huge conversation. It's a massive conversation. This was the launch of the tallest building in the Middle East, in Abu Dhabi. A big cocktail party, but social media is an even bigger one. So how do you find the people that you want to talk to in that huge cocktail party? You use a social media monitoring tool. Monitoring tool will help you keep track of what people are saying about your brand or an individual or a company. Or if you're using it for an individual, for a personal use, your interests. So you're looking for references for keywords. So why do you monitor? You monitor to find the people that you need to talk to. The people who are influencing the discussion about your brand. So you can do this for, if you're a company or an organization, you do it for reputation management, tracking campaigns that you're already running, targeting prospective customers, or insight, market research. The other day I found a very good example of a monitoring company actually using their software very well. I mentioned social media monitoring and I had 3 DMs from people in that company within about 5 minutes on Twitter. If you're an individual, you can use free monitoring tools to find people with similar interests to you and use it to promote your personal interests. So what tools are there? You can, if you have the money, use the SaaS Analytics for Social Media tool. It gives you 2 years of back data. It costs you $50,000 to set up, and between $5,000 and $15,000 per month. So, out of most people's reach. Then we come down to Radiant 6. That's about £420 a month. Or you can go to Google Alerts, which is a daily alert of mentions of your keyword, and it's free. And there's about 30 or 40 free social media monitoring tools, and there's 128 social media monitoring companies around. So, depending on what you pay for, you get different measures of what's happening on social media. So you get a range of functions, and in order to find the return on investment, the value of your activity on social media, you need to measure the appropriate thing. So what you're going to measure will depend on your goals. So you need to define why you're acting on social media, develop your strategy, and from that you'll understand what needs to be measured. If your aim is to get more visitors to your website, then you need to measure that. If your aim is to get more mentions of your brand, then you need to measure that. And different tools may be more appropriate for those things. So I firmly believe there's no one measurement for all different activities on social media. And you need to really question why your company is getting interested in social media before you even consider monitoring. So this is an example of what you can produce from monitoring. Around the Oscars, Apple had a big advertising campaign on TV in the States, and they worked out the return on the investment in those ads was that they bought a retweet for 8 cents, whereas JCPenney, their ad spend to tweet ratio was $10.89. So Apple got a bigger return, a better return. So if you're going out into that big cocktail party of social media, you don't want to be which is the laser pointer? The lonely guy at the back there, standing on your own, nobody to talk to. You need to know who to talk to. You need some form of monitoring. So, questions for discussion. What monitoring do you do? Is there a perfect monitoring tool? And what should businesses measure? When and why? Is there any set idea of measurement? And can you measure the return on investment in time and money spent in a social media campaign? Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Nigel.